Recording. Hello, wonderful people. Looking great. Welcome to May 1st. May 1st, Whiteboard Wednesday. And my whiteboard here is on beside me. And today, this is our first Whiteboard Wednesday after we've come back from a break. This break, I don't know how it was for you, but for me, it was amazing because I didn't take a break. I didn't take a break. I took a break from being in the sessions and everything like that. But Andrea and I have been hands down, heads in the game, trying to make sure that we build a platform where you can succeed. That's the key. And otherwise, there's no point for us to put stuff that doesn't serve you, who are taking time out of your day and schedule and out of all that noise that is out there of webinars and trainings and all of that stuff. You choose to come over here. And I want to talk to you about a few things on this Whiteboard Wednesday. Some of the things I'm going to share with you, some of the changes that we're going to be making inside of the Republic. And those changes are based on the feedback that you have given us, many conversations that we've had with you, the town hall meeting, and also just what you all are experiencing as individuals. And believe it or not, although we are all in most of you are in startup phase. And again, I define startup as your revenue being under 100,000 a year. And there's still different levels of people inside of this group. Emmanuel and Nasira are at different levels. Nasira and Layla are totally at different levels, right? So even within that space, there's a lot of difference. And taking your feedback and putting it all together, it has ultimately come out to a realization that there are some things that you need more of and some things you need less of. And my whole idea, and even when I help you create your own products and your own offers, the whole idea is to create a lean business model, not a fat business model. Okay, you got to shed the fat from the business. And because we all want to go towards building a business that gives us our businesses, us as heart-centered, service-based entrepreneurs, coaches, and consultants. We're driven by three things actually, primarily. One, we want to make more impact. We want to make a difference. We don't want to just make money. We want to make a difference. That's very big with us, and it comes up in our conversation. Secondly, of course, we all want to make money. And third thing is, we all want to have a lifestyle. We want to have a time freedom and all of those things. And regardless of and that's why everything that we talk about inside of the Republic is always about being efficient with the activities that you do. And number two, it's about focusing on the training that matters when it matters. Like right now, if I start talking to you about building webinars, it will be great training and you're going to learn a lot. But quite frankly, Catherine may not be ready for it right now. Emmanuel may not be at that point, right? Susie might be like, yeah, I get it, but I don't get this. Not because the training is bad. No, it's because the person is not ready for that yet. I hope this is making sense. So Andrea and I, we've been kind of putting our heads together to really find out, it's like, okay, how do we go about helping our people without having we don't want to take on one-on-one clients, because the price tag increases. If somebody wants to work with me one-on-one, that's a very higher price tag. And that's ultimately what the measure is as well. The more closer people come to you as more of a one-on-one setting, the price tag is higher. But I want to be able to create a platform that offers the most of me and Andrea and other mentors that are coming over here offers the maximum amount that you can get from us. This is the most that we do. We, whether we chat, whether some of you get some one-on-one time with Andrea and I as well, and that's really great. So a couple of things that are going to happen. One, all of our segments are still going to be there, but they're going to be positioned a little bit differently. First of all, many of you have jobs and businesses and you're working on different things. So what we're going to do is, instead of having you, although many of you said in your survey, in your poll, that you learn best from videos, okay? You learn best from videos, and that's where you can learn and apply. What we have found is not a lot of you are watching videos, like, the training. So there's no point in creating video content if you're not getting to it, right? Although it's a great platform, it doesn't make any sense to have it. So we're rearranging a few things. So Mindset Mondays actually are going to become, instead of having a live or video for you to attend, Andrea and I are going to be in your technology. So when you are going in the morning, when you're traveling, when you're going to work or something, we are going to be inside of your phones. So we are going to turn that into a podcast. So we are going to be doing that as an audio format. So you carry with us we're going to come out with the segment. It's going to be loaded up. It's going to go up on Monday. And as you're on the go, it's a 15-20 minute segment. It's going to come with text written as well. If you want to review what it's all about, it's going to be there so that you can start applying it. There you go. Julie likes it. I love it. Because we want to ensure, rather than just you sitting there, I like the aspect of you sitting there and actually listening to it, making notes, because the whole idea behind Mindset Mondays is for you to build habits. Let me say that again. Entrepreneurial success is not just about strategies on just doing webinars and having coaching conversations. It's about habits. Take any successful person, they've built certain disciplines and certain habits in their life, and they're really handful of habits, right? It's not like, oh my gosh, there's so many. Handful of habits. The whole point of that is for you to build habits. And what we're going to do is we're going to give you one piece of content every week. So like right now we have Mindset Mondays, Whiteboard Wednesdays, Tuesday Talk with Andrea, and then Saturday we do live coaching. So about 3 pieces of content. We're actually going to clear that for you, and we're going to have one piece of content coming to you and then one coaching. We're going to support you every week. We're always going to be there to mentor you and to coach you. That's the number one thing that 95% of you, when I asked you, why do you stay here? So first answer is, of course, the community. You guys are gelling with each other. You love the aspect that you can connect with others, understand that you're not alone in this journey. That aspect is there, and so the community stays there. And the second thing everybody mentioned, almost everybody, was coaching and guidance. So we're never going to take that away. We're always going to be there. Andrea, myself, and other mentors that are coming over here as well, we're always going to be available on a weekly basis to help you, guide your learning and everything. And many of you are working on different aspects. Like Julie has a network marketing business. Angela is completing her book. Susie is doing something else. So we want to be able to create a platform where you can come, so that you don't feel like you don't have support wherever you've invested with those programs. We want to make sure that we can give you guidance and tips and coaching in order to help you continuously move forward. So first Monday of every month, a podcast is going to be released. It's going to be only for all of you. And I'm going to give you instructions as to what app you need to download and all of that stuff. I'm not putting it on iTunes and Spotify right now because it goes public then. My work right now is for you guys. So I'm going to keep it private right now. So Andrea and I were going to be doing this podcast. So first Monday of every month is going to be coming in. By the way, if you're on here, you might as well download it. Write it down. Download Anchor app on your phone. So Anchor, ANCHOR. Okay, so just download that on your phone. And once I send you the link, it'll be there. So you have accessible. I've taken the previous Facebook Lives, converted it into recording, and we've already loaded that in there. So you can always kind of review the previous ones as well for yourself. All right. Whiteboard Wednesdays. Whiteboard Wednesdays was voted as the #1 segment that you all absolutely love inside of the Republic. Okay, it was the #1, top rated. And we're so excited about that. It's so great that, yeah, it's one of my personal strengths, strategy and training. I come from a training background. When I was in corporate world, I was in training. I used to be in HR, and my role was to train internal teams, sales teams, and staff, and service, and everything. I love training aspect, and I love the marketing and business and strategy arena as well, to help you create a lean business. And that's what Whiteboard Wednesdays is really all about. It's your favorite segment, and we are going to stop doing it. So we're going to stop it, and I'll explain why I'm saying that. We are going to still have it available. So it is going to be recorded, and it's going to be available for you. But it's not relevant for everybody. Like when I do Whiteboard Wednesday training, I go through certain pieces of it, and I'm progressing through certain curriculum. But even as I'm progressing, some of you are at the level where you should still be working on the January training. Some of you should be at the February training. Some of you are ready for the live trainings that I'm doing. So what that does is that, let's just say that that somebody is attending training. Let's just say I'll take Bill, my personal trainer, for example. Bill may be at a point where he needs to review the February trainings because they were around a certain topic. But if he attends the training here in May, a Whiteboard Wednesday, I'm talking about an advanced topic, and he's feeling overwhelmed because he has no idea what I'm talking about, right? So he'll be lost. So what's going to happen is we are going to outline a questionnaire, kind of a discovery or a survey, whatever you want to call it. And it will help us identify what stage you're at. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm looking at my whiteboard right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 stages that we're going to create inside of the Republic, and you're going to move through inside of these stages. There's the first stage, which is absolutely like the beginning stage, is the rebel. Yes, I did say the rebel stage. Okay, so that's the rebel stage. Then you move to seeker, then doer, then entrepreneur, and then legend. Okay, so these are the different stages we're going to move you through. When you complete that survey, it will allow us, or the discovery, it will allow us to pinpoint exactly what trainings you need to focus on. So in your time, where you do spend time, that you focus on those particular, instead of focusing on step number 7, we would say, you know what, focus on step number 3, 4, and 5. That's it. That's what you need to do. And here's the milestone you need to complete before you can start focusing on the other trainings. Okay. So it's very relevant to you, and it's designed to meet you where you are. Okay. So we're going to let you know how that proceeds. And that's how we are going to make your stuff relevant to you. So those of you who, let's say you landed 2 clients, let's say that's the qualifier. You landed 2 clients, you moved out of the rebel, now you're in the seeker area. In seeker, now we know that you've made some money. Now we got to go and systemize this thing. Here are the things that are important. Then let's say you landed next 10 clients, that moves you into doer or something like that. So that's will continue to progress you as you move forward. Okay. Making sense so far? Yeah. Okay. So Whiteboard Wednesday training doesn't go away, but I'm not necessarily going to be doing so that would give you a little bit more free time for you to be able to focus your energy on the training that's relevant to you. And of course, every single week, Andrea and I, we're going to make ourselves available through our live coaching, where you can come and ask your questions on whatever training you're going with, okay? And all the implementation of your pieces and everything like that, okay? So that's what it is. Julie, did you have a question? No? Okay, good, awesome. You're looking great, by the way. You're welcome. All right, so that's what we're working on. So we've got the high performance habits and success habits that we're going to be converting it into the audio, and you will also have a text available, so you can always read through it as well. So we're not taking that away. So you will always have that. Whiteboard Wednesdays. So Whiteboard Wednesday. So the segment is going to be taken out, but what we're going to do is kind of highlight, we're going to do something on, and so basically all the trainings are going to happen on Mondays. So everything is going to be Monday. So it's consistency. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are going to be engagement, where we're going to kind of highlight questions, engage you into conversations, highlight some things that are important to you. We're also going to have, Andrea and I are going to have open office hours. So what that means is we're going to be sitting on Zoom and doing our work. And if you have any questions while you're working with your business, you just hop into our office, say, hey, I got a question. And then we'll be able to answer it for you so we can support you that way. Again, the live coaching sessions are still there at the end of the week, but these are just our open office hours that we make ourselves available. Okay. Last Monday of every month, we're going to have a mentor segment where Didi or any of our other mentors are going to come in, and we're going to speak to you about some other aspects of business. Again, every mentor that we're going to bring in here, the two that are lined up are in completely different, they bring completely different insights, different level of conversation and all of that stuff. All is designed to help you lay a solid foundation of a six-figure business. These are the components that we're going to be working towards. And throughout the month of May, we're going to give it a shot. And at the end of May, we're going to see, it's like, okay, gang, did you enjoy that? Did you feel that? Again, what do we want? Clarity, focus, execution. That's it. There's nothing else we need. There's no more. I don't want to just make more noise in your life, right? We already have lots of noise out there. It's all about staying very specific. And when you bring your questions, a lot of times based on the questions, we might just do a segment in the middle of the week. It's like, okay, this question came up a lot and let's talk about this, right? And we'll just give it to you. It's recorded, it's available, refer to it and everything like that. Last week, I also put a video out as to how you may want to schedule your weeks. See, when I tally up the weeks, it's really, you need 6.5 hours to be able to effectively apply all of this stuff over the course of the week. 6.5 hours a week. That includes your training time. That includes engagement in the community. That includes your execution time as well, right? So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you go look at that. It's inside of the Facebook group. I'll highlight it again as well. 6.5 hours a week, right? Now, what's going to happen is the more your business starts producing revenue, meaning you start getting into $50,000, $60,000, $80,000 a year part, your training time is going to reduce and you're going to have more time in your business, right? So you got to understand that this 6.5 hours over time is just going to start shifting towards your business more than just training, right? But while you're in the $10,000, $20,000 arena, maybe about 30,000 arena, 6.5 hours should be fine, right? And that's all you want to manage. It's like, okay, let me look at my calendar. Where is it that I can plot these 6.5 hours? And then you just look at it. Okay, good. All right, awesome. Excellent. So that's those are some of the things that are going on. I'm just looking at my whiteboard right now just to see if there's anything. And I hope you guys are getting it. I don't want to. I promise you. The one thing that I want to promise you guys, Andrea and I promise you guys, is that we're never going to take ourselves out of the equation. I think that's one of the fears it came up in one of the conversations. Like, Raza, are you and Andrea are not going to be available and you're going to automate this whole thing? Listen, as much time as we spend, this business model, why I love it so much is because I don't care whether there's 500 of you, I still spend 20, 30, maybe 40 hours a month on this stuff, right? It doesn't matter how many people are there, whether there's 10 of you or there's 400 of you. The model stays the same and it allows me to create connection and reach with you. And I want to see you go up till the 100,000 and make it consistently, not just hit it once, but do it consistently. Okay. Hey, Steven, your phone's telling us that we hear stuff. Hope you're well.
Sorry.
That's all good, man. It's all good. So that's that. I haven't put all of these things in place yet. Andrea and I are working nonstop in the background. We are most likely, again, don't quote me on that, but we are preparing the Mighty Networks platform, getting it ready. And if you go in there right now, you'll see our training is being loaded on there in sections and everything like that. So most likely our transition is going to be completed by the end of this month. So probably mid-May, I'm going to have you kind of start going over there. So what does that mean? That means that you need to be a lot more intentional with your work and with your business. That means because Mighty Networks is not going to be part of your daily routine. Facebook may be, because you're going there to connect with people, you're going there to socialize and everything. It's like, oh, by the way, let me just hop into Republic as well. No, what I'm doing is I'm taking all distractions away. So when you come to work on your business, when you come to attend the training, when you come to get coaching, you are in a business state of mind. This is your time, no distractions. Everything on the Mighty Networks will be speaking to you about your business and about helping you lay the foundation of a six-figure business. And everything is going to be accessible. I'm going to do a ton of videos on how you can embed this. What is the best way? I've been testing it for the past 2-3 months now. I go in there, and as we transition, we're going to have our Facebook Messenger that we can stay in communication so that nobody feels lost. Again, the whole idea is simple: lean business model, but never sacrifice customer service and connection with you guys. Okay, that's the biggest thing. Rest of the stuff we'll figure it out. And I appreciate, because and I'll tell you where this whole thing stemmed from. You know, Nasira and I were having conversation as well, and I had some other conversations with some other people. I've spoken to Layla as well, and all of that stuff. And one of the things that I find is that when you don't have clarity, your execution is going to be low. It's just a byproduct of it. Like when you don't have clarity of where you're going, then execution becomes lower. Those of you, like these 5 phases that we're going to create, the rebels are the beginners, right? Rebels are the ones who are discovering themselves, are finding their own strengths. Rebels are the ones that say, you know what, I'm not ready to go into this entrepreneur world, but I have invested a ton of my money into personal and professional development. I feel like there's a calling inside of me, and I want to do this. And yet when they go into this world, they find themselves not ready for it. And because when we go to school, when we go to our education system, we're not trained to be an entrepreneur. Even when I made a shift from corporate world to being an entrepreneur, I fell flat on my face. I hurt myself. I hit my head on the wall. Like I had no idea. Although I had my degree and my certification and all of that stuff, it didn't prepare me for the entrepreneurial world. So those are the rebels. Rebels don't have customers. Rebels don't have a clear idea as to what they want to do, but they feel a pull because of their story, because of their passion, because of their purpose. They want to do something. Those are the rebels. See, training for them is going to be so much more different for somebody who's already got an idea, already landed 5 customers and everything like that. They're completely in a different place. And if I do a training that is directed towards rebels, that other person who may be a seeker or a doer is going to get disengaged, but yet they can see the value inside of the community. So that's what it's what it's all about. No problem, Julie. All right, thank you so much for being here. So that's what it's all about. It's all about engagement. It's all about community, and it's all about supporting you throughout your growth wherever you are. Wherever you are. I want you to get, this is the platform. And I truly thank all of you for being patient with Andrea and I as we have come to that realization. We came with a particular vision January 7th, 2019, when we launched this. By April, like you have given us so much more than we could have asked for. I know many of you said, like, you know, Andrea and I have given you a lot, and thank you for that, but you have given us so much as well. And we're laying a foundation us as pioneers are laying a foundation for these founding community that is going to be coming next inside of this community. So um, yeah, so that's, I think that's pretty much it. Just so that you know, Cheryl, I'm still due for a call with you. I apologize I didn't get back to you yesterday, but I'm going to send you a message. We're going to make that happen, and I want all of you to stay in communication with Andrea or I or the community. Let us know what small wins you're having. Let us know what challenges you're experiencing. Because quite frankly, if you're experiencing that challenge, I may be experiencing the same thing. Who knows, right? And inside of that, we will find space for, inspiration and motivation, and just so that we can go on. Like, understand one thing, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you, with me, or anybody else. It's not about being wrong. It's just about understanding where we are and what do we need to focus on next. That's it. Where we are and what do we need to focus on next. That's it. And every single one of you, one thing I made a note of yesterday, I realized one thing. That first, there's a thing about transitioning. We want to leave our corporate job and we want to go do something. We have that calling that we want to serve and make a difference. Well, the $10 billion seminar and personal and professional development industry will tell you you need to build up your expert status. And I'll tell you what I've noticed over the past 5 years being inside of this industry, that there are many coaches and consultants and experts, and with a lot of credentials, with a lot of certifications, with a lot of expert status. They're featured in Forbes and Oprah Winfrey Show and all of that stuff, and magazines and logos and all of those things. And they're absolutely broke. I've seen that. And because the world has changed in the past 3 to 5 years. Those things were important 5 years ago, because people, as soon as they see it, it's like, oh my gosh, that's great. But then the industry changed. Those things no longer became the relevant. Those are needed as backup, but what is needed more is completely different. So building a business these days is a lot different. And it's different because it starts with you, especially for coaches and consultants, it starts with you and your empathy towards your target audience. Then it goes into authority. Then it goes into you build your expertise. Expertise are important. Your credentials are important, but they're not the first thing. And whenever most of the time when I go and ask people, it's like, hey, what do you do? The first thing that comes out of their mouth, I'm a coach, I'm a life coach, I'm a consultant, I'm this, I'm a physiotherapist, I'm this, I'm that. That's that. But when you start introducing yourself with a completely different paradigm, you go out there and you say, how most people are consistently sitting on their laptops and having aches and pains in their bones and everything like that. Well, what I do is I help, busy professionals stay healthy or have strong bones or something like that, right? You automatically, you stand apart from the rest of them, right? It's that simple. It's just simplicity of creating 1, 2, 3 lines, and you stand apart because you have articulated your target audience's problem. You've articulated what you do, and then what is the end result? No longer are we needing to define ourselves that I'm a real estate broker, or I'm a coach, or I'm a consultant, I'm a life coach, I'm an engineer. Yeah, so is my friend, so is my brother, so is my sister, all of that stuff. There's no differentiation. Start by talking about people's problem, right? What is the one problem that you solve? How do you help? What is the end result? And that's the key behind it, okay? And I'm just sharing with you how the world has changed. And if we don't change as entrepreneurs, we are going to get left behind. I recently wrote a post on my Facebook page. I said, being success as an entrepreneur is an ongoing pilot project. It's not a project with an end date. Right? It's not something you start and then you're just going to be finished with this project. It is an ongoing pilot project. That's what it is. Whether a business has been around for 30 years or has been around for 2 months, they need to continuously evolve, learn, grow, learn, get feedback, grow, learn, go. Oh my gosh, this was working 2 years ago. What happened? World has changed. Great. Let's get back down to the roots again. Build it up again. New offer. Let's try this hook. It's working. It's working. It's working. Stop working. Great. What happened? Hook's not working again. Great. Try a different hook. This offer is not working again. What it was working 6 months ago. Well, the world has changed. Get back to it. Keep going. If this kind of work creates anxiety for you, forget about being an entrepreneur. That's the bottom line. An entrepreneur is just one thing, a problem solver. And those problems are going to evolve. The problems are going to change. Quite frankly, the opportunity exists for you to be a consultant and coach and expert and build a six-figure business because the world has changed. So it is an opportunity time for all of you, but you are signing up for a pilot project, an ongoing pilot project, right? That you can continue, that you're going to be testing things. There are certain principles, absolutely. Those principles, they're all going to be work. You're going to keep working on those principles. I was walking, I think it was Nasira. I think Nasira was you. I was walking you through the six-figure flow. I think it was last weekend. And we were talking about it. We were talking about items, steps 4, 5, and 6 in the six-figure flow. And I said to Nasir, I said, anytime you go and create a new offer, you have to return back to 4, 5, 6. She's like, oh. She's like, I thought once you do 4, 5, 6, you never return to it, right? But no, it's every time you go into a new niche, you're going to have to go back to a particular step. Every time you change your industry, you have to go and learn about that industry. You're going to be back at step number 2. Right? So you constantly have to keep doing that. Your strength as an entrepreneur comes when you learn to build that muscle. Like, oh, I'm doing this. I got to go do this. Like, tick, 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 tick. Here's my data. I'm going to go test it. If you don't build that obsession of constantly putting hooks out, constantly putting offers out, some people take 6 friggin' months or 8 months to put one offer out. Guess what? You never know whether that offer is going to land or not. As much homework as you did. So how do you create success? You create success in being an entrepreneur by constantly putting out offers, constantly putting out hooks, constantly doing that, so that you keep doing that. It's like, okay, I'm going to find this. I'm going to find this. I'm going to find this. I'm just learning from a mentor right now how to scale and create a recurring revenue membership site, right? I've just started learning. I've been trying to find a mentor who can teach me that. But I didn't wait for that. I launched this thing in January. Right? But I was just speaking to Andrea today, and I said, Andrea, you know what? How awesome it was that we actually did this without knowing all of this stuff. We actually didn't have our stuff together. But we still learned so much from the people who came as pioneers. We got to serve them, help them make a difference. We helped the population land high-end coaching clients. We help them complete their books. We help them with their talks. We help them with so many things without really having all of the answers, right? But now as we're progressing, I can understand my mentor a lot more than I would have had I not had a community. Being an entrepreneur is constantly a test phase. And by the way, get comfortable with getting hurt in the process, right? You are going to get scars on you. You are going to get hurt. You are going to you're going to put on an event and you're going to have 2 people show up. Hopefully not, because if you're doing the live events accelerator, you should have 5 people at least. Right? But it's all, I haven't seen anybody do it. I haven't seen anybody just go, poof. You got the exact form. You build it over time. I just did a webinar at noon today. It was just my test webinar. By the time I was going to do this webinar, I realized that I don't like it anymore. But I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do it anyways. So I did it. I had like 2 people attend. I promoted to 20 people to attended. 10%. Woohoo. Right? But the objective was I need to do it. And I did it. And Some things I like, some things I don't like, but I'm going to change it based on that. But many people are going to take 6, 8, 10 months, 12 months to do their first webinar. My next one is going to be next week. And then next one is going to be in like 3 days after that, right? Why? Is because I know the more I get this thing done, the more I stumble, the faster I'm going to see the results. So be okay with the stumble. And I want to give you this because not only do I need you to understand that Andrea and I were going to put a platform in place so that you have clarity and focus and have room for implementation and have relevant training for you guys. Quite frankly, I really don't. I feel sometimes you don't need training. You already know the stuff. You already have it inside of you. But we're going to give you guided execution plans and all of that stuff. But the key thing is, and I need you to remember, is you are going to be frustrated along the process. You are going to experience falling down. That doesn't mean that you just stay there. That's like, a baby falling down doesn't mean that the baby is never going to be like, I ain't doing this thing. Or you as a parent are never going to say, it's like, listen, this walking thing is not in your, realm. You may want to stop. No, you're not going to do that, right? You're going to get hurt. Be okay with it. That's what makes you an entrepreneur. That's what will help you go from rebel to seeker to doer to entrepreneur to legend, ultimately. And have recurring revenue, have 100,000 plus. I mean, some of you are going to outgrow this thing. You're going to, once you reach 100,000 and you're doing that consistently, man, like, you're going to go off, like you're going to go and do bigger and better things and stuff like that. I'm sure I'm going to evolve in the process, but my job right now with you guys is really to create some awesome success stories. That's what Andrea and I are creating with you guys. And in the process, you guys are going to end up making money. That's my goal with you. I hope you're okay with making money. Awesome. Any questions for me? Any anxieties as we're changing the structure or anything like that? Anything? Any question? Any business questions for you? I'll take some time and then we'll end it. Hi, Angela. Oh my gosh. I did mention your name earlier. I don't think you were here at that time.
I wasn't. Just got in.
Okay. Well, welcome. Awesome. Mm-hmm. All right. You ladies and Stephen. Hope you're all well. Okay. We're good. Good. Nasir, how's your, tell us a little bit about your funnel that's active right now. How's that going? Share with us some wins, share with us some failures.
Okay, well, the funnel did well with the video. 33 books were sent out. So, and nobody bought the manifestation course. That's it.
Okay, got it.
That's one of those things that didn't quite pan out as I thought it would.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that I need to tweak that. And I talked to someone else who's going to be doing Facebook for me or helping me. And I think that might need to be more towards the niche market, towards what I'm trying to get to, which are moms raising special needs kids. So anyways, there's a lot of learning going on, a lot of frustration. It's up here. Overwhelm is there because there's a new muscle being built, like you say, right?
Yeah. So, yeah. Good. And I said this to Nasir already, and it's not going to go away.
Yeah.
It's just always going to be there. It's just something that we as entrepreneurs, we need to just get accustomed to it. The key thing as you go from, Nasir, probably as I'm writing these stages out, are probably in the seeker level, I would put you in there. But the key things, especially in the first two stages, is really your health, brain foods, nutrition, your habits. These three things are going to help you continuously move forward through this, because this is where most people just get crushed because they just give up and they just physically and mentally don't have the capacity to be able to handle all of this this journey. And as much as I'm going to, Andrea and I are going to run beside you, you still need to have the mental clarity and capacity and be at your optimal, right? You need to be optimized at all times. I see Dr. Cheryl's like, yeah, right? It's really about that. Most people, most entrepreneurial courses don't talk about your physical aspect, your brain foods and nutrition and everything like that. It's something that I'm looking to bring inside of this thing, because as more I'm realizing, why most people stay at rebel stage or get crushed in that space. It's just they can't handle the stress, the emotional strength that is needed to be able to plow through it. And if you are looking after your own mental, physical health, your mind health as well, you're strong in that capacity, you'll be able to weather the storm. It's just learning to build a new muscle, just like Nasir said. So Nasir is hanging in there. So Nasir, you're probably a lot stronger emotionally. Your 30 years have prepared you for this journey. All right, Angela, how you doing?
There we go. Okay. I mean, last week I kind of took a week off just to sort of recuperate a little bit, which was good. I think I was pretty tired. But now, now I'm trying to get myself back into more of a routine. I find mornings have been hard for me lately. I don't know why.
Mornings, like just waking up, or just
because in the past I'd get up and I'd be able to do a lot of my better writing in the morning, and now I just getting out of bed, and by the time I'm ready, it's like, oh, gotta go to work, so no time to write.
Yeah, I hear you. And it seems to be, it's one of those things again that I'm finding that, like, beginning stages when you're in those, and again, I keep referring to those levels because I've got them so clear in my head. I'm writing them out right now. And by the way, Nasir, that's what I'm talking about right now is the success path. Something that I already talked to you about. So these are the names of the different stages of the entrepreneurs here in the Republic. So it's something I had a conversation with Nasir about. Just kind of fed her something and then let her go at it. I've been at this thing for 2 months. So, oh, is that my phone? No. So, the biggest thing that I'm finding is building momentum. You build momentum, and then boom, it crashes, right?
Yeah.
And the crash is happening most of the time because we don't necessarily have systems set up around us to be able to sustain that momentum. And it's just a matter of putting those pieces in place to be able to sustain that momentum. And even when the momentum loses its intensity, it doesn't go completely down. It just kind of plateaus a little bit, and then you go off again. How to be able to maintain momentum and be able to get back up from the downfall is all about emotional strength. It's all about structures and systems around you. So we're going to support you. We've noticed that over the past 3 months with the Republic. So we're going to be, this is already solutioned. I don't have the book in front of me right now, but there's, because my laptop is sitting on it. But there was too many books been written on it and all of that stuff. So again, it's one of those things that you experience when you don't have structure, systems, and accountabilities in place to be able to sustain that momentum. That's it, right? So we'll do that. So that's awesome. Your book going good? You're almost done?
2 chapters left.
Oh, still. Come on now. Let's go. Let's go. You're almost there. You're almost there. Yeah. Awesome. Good stuff. Catherine, talk to me. How you doing?
Okay.
There you go.
Confused, as you can tell. I can totally relate to Angela.
Yeah.
A lot of things happened in the last week or so, and I'm just so relieved that you're kind of streamlining what you're giving us, because I find part of my problem was always feeling like, oh, damn, I just missed this, or trying to work and follow along with this, and then stuff at work just goes crazy. And, you know, although my heart's not here, my obligation is still here. And I, you know, and I do everything I do, you know, well, or as well as I can. So I just found that I felt so bad because I was not taking, not that I wasn't taking you seriously, but it was like, especially when it was on the Facebook too, I have to admit, you know, Facebook is starting to do things like I open it up, but I'm getting big pictures of things and I have to try flip around, and it's like, oh, I couldn't take it anymore. And then I just kept feeling, and I know we're not supposed to say we feel like failures, but I felt like such a screw up that I couldn't even get Facebook right. So I like this resetting that you're doing, because it's giving me a chance to feel like, okay, I got a new chance to start over and get back on track with stuff. And
I want you to know, Catherine, that you're not alone.
I've
experiencing that, right?
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Yeah.
And really, you have no idea how appreciative we are, Andrea and I, of your patience as you're going through, because it's a painful process to go through. And it was a conversation I've had with many of you. And I say, when the top of the mind is overwhelmed, confusion, and frustration, there's nothing else happening. Mm-hmm. I'm just fooling myself, you know, and just satisfying my own ego by doing these live sessions and everything like that. Because as much as they may be great, they're not relevant to you.
Well, however, I must say that I often find little nuggets in what you're saying or what other people are saying. So although I'm not always there and I'm missing going back on videos, the stuff I do get, you know, it talks to me, or it stays in my head and comes back to me later and feeds me. So don't ever say what you're doing is wasted.
I get it. I appreciate that. Thank you. And no, what we are going to do is we're going to make a lot more of those relevant pieces available to you at all times, right? That's the whole objective. So it's a learning process, you know, for Andrea and I. Quite frankly, I have not seen anyone as much as I've been looking over the past 4 months right now to be able to see who's doing a thing like this. There are some business membership sites and stuff like that, but who's doing this thing, like actual coaching, but do it in this kind of format? I just haven't been able to find a reference point. But I'm not waiting for that. I'm just going to do it anyways.
Well, the difference is, because once we start looking at things, we get hit by all these different sites.
Yeah.
Everyone is trying to sell you something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not everyone's giving you information. I can tell you that. So like for me, once I've decided where I'm spending my money, where I'm staying, but you know, there's a lot of stuff out there. You're right. But it's like they've all done the ClickFunnels thing and everybody's trying to sell us everything. It's like very interesting.
That's it. You're absolutely right.
Did he just leave us?
He did.
I don't think he realizes it, but we didn't hear him. Oh,
I think he.
There
What's
you
that?
are.
What happened?
Where'd you go?
You just walked away and you didn't tell us.
Oh, I did say, hang on a second, Dr. Shara, I'm coming back to you. I'll be gone.
No.
Oh, I just took off. Okay, listen, guys. Taz is just on the phone. It's time to pick up my daughter. I still want to talk to you. I want to get back to you. Let's take a 5-minute break. I'll be right back. Okay? All right. I did say a 5-minute break. I'll be back. Right? Everybody heard it? Okay.
I have to go, guys, but I got to go pick up my son.
Whoever has to go. Yeah, whoever has to go, that's fine, but I'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay? All right.
Well, I have you, Dr. Cheryl. I wonder if we could connect. You were talking to me before your exam.
Okay, I couldn't see who was talking.
You know, you had said that maybe we could connect after because you've got some.
Absolutely.
So if that's okay with you, maybe now that you're done your exam.
Yeah, absolutely. Either Saturday afternoon.
Okay.
I'm on Pacific Standard Time, California time.
Okay.
So either Saturday afternoon, like around 2-ish, or Sunday around the same time would be great. I keep my phone on me pretty much all the time because I'm concierge, so I pretty much have to have it.
Okay. So it's 2:00 Pacific time?
2:00 Pacific time, yeah.
Okay. I'll reach out to you via text, and then if you're available, then maybe we can chat.
Perfect. That's good. I was going to say that next because if I don't recognize the numbers, I ignore them.
Yes, no, I know. I know
I
the
do
feeling.
call screen.
Oh, I can imagine. But yeah, I would love to pick your brain, and it would be great to.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. And the one thing that I did want to say to you is just jump in with both feet, because when I started the Gregory Center back in, I think that was, let me see, 96 or 97. And when I started it, I was just kind of in the process of putting it together, and I actually started it with the idea of just servicing children with physical disabilities. And somebody got hold of it in the media, and the day that we actually launched this what was supposed to be a very small segment, the media showed up on the doorstep.
Wow.
And I literally had to shut my phones down at 2:00 in the morning because they were ringing off of the hooks with parents who needed help and who wanted what you're offering. And it completely changed the course of what the Gregory Center was going to be and what it was offering, because the need was just so great at that time that I put this huge monstrosity of a thing into place because I felt guilty about not trying to meet all of the needs. And it ended up being a very rewarding experience. We ended up pretty much shutting it down after Gregory passed away because the people who were working in it were so intensely involved with him. It just kind of blew everybody away, and we all needed to step back. And so it kind of trickles on a thread as mostly consultations. Now I do intend to eventually start it back up, but I'm just not ready to do that.
See, I think for me, because although I'm a mother of a child with special needs, I just don't feel like I have, I'm not opening a center or anything like that. It's more of an online presence, right, to offer support and help. But I'm not connected in that community because I've lived a very sheltered life with him. Right. And so my outreach is very small, right? So I just feel like I don't know if I don't know what I don't know, and I don't even know what I really know. I just feel like I just know I need to do it, but I don't know what it is I need to do. So,
the thing is, chances are, just by virtue of the fact that you're here, you know a lot more than most parents, and you don't need a brick and mortar building. I'm telling you that you're going to serve a lot more people with the platform. At the time that I started, I'm a dinosaur, and the internet wasn't even very well developed when I started. So we didn't have all of this social media now. And like Raza said, everything changed in the last 5 years. I mean, I was in the realms of public speaking and consulting and everything before. I was very active. You can Google me and you'll see I was, huge in 2005, that time frame. And then, I came back, and it's like I feel like I'm a dinosaur that just landed in the middle of a freeway. Everything's changed. And, whereas I was very savvy at accessing the media and at getting information out before using the tools that we were working with in my time frame, that's all changed now, and how you access the media, how you access the public, how people seek information has changed. So it's a new game that I'm having to learn. But I think that it is a game that serves the masses well. And it will give you an opportunity to impact the lives of a lot of mothers with children with disabilities out there, and to empower them and give them information. Because one of the things that I did learn in going through my process was that so many of them are in a state of overwhelm. They don't have the energy, or maybe they just don't have the wherewithal, the knowledge to actually even seek, to actually even ask the questions. They don't even know what they need or what to ask. So, having someone there to just guide them in the process of even beginning to learn how to ask, is tremendously empowering to them. And so I think the biggest need that I saw that they had was empowerment, to know that they were okay, because so many of them felt like somehow this was all their fault. And so they need to be empowered to know that this is not your fault. Bad things happen to good people. Just keep moving. And you don't have to be in control of it all. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other. And that was during that period of time. That was how I lived my life. People were like, well, just day by day. I'm like, I can't do day by day. I have to do second by second. That's all I can bite off on, and to let those parents know that that's okay. And, that they have to take good care of themselves in order to take good care of everybody else. Giving them permission to eat, sleep, and go into the bathroom and take 5 minutes by themselves is tremendously empowering. And you can tell them that over the platform that you're using. You can reach tons of them throughout the world. Having a brick and mortar building limits your outreach. I mean, I did tremendous things with a brick and mortar and no budget. But I think, gosh, if the internet had been as developed as it is today, what kind of an impact could I have made back then? So, now I'm in a different space, and part of my struggle is there are so many different areas I want to address, that one included, but I have to prioritize. And so right now, I'm not desperately dealing with a child. So I'm looking at a different niche, getting that established, getting myself financially established before I go back into the niche of children with disabilities, which is where, my heart is definitely there. But I'm at a position in my life where I have to fill my own cup. I have to take the advice that I give my own patients. And I encourage you to do that too, because you are actively a mother with a child with the disability. And it's very easy to deplete your cup, and especially when you are trying to help other people. As Raza said earlier, you have to take care of your own needs and physicality, and you have to be kind and gentle with yourself, so that you're coming from a point of strength as you're giving to the others. So by all means, feel free to call me on either Saturday or Sunday. Text me which ones, so that I can be looking for the call, and I'll answer as many of your questions as I can.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Welcome back, Raza, but I do have to go get him, so I will leave now.
It's all good.
Thanks.
It's all good.
Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
So I see gold nuggets were being dropped in the conversation. I missed that. I'm gonna have to watch the replay now. How you doing, Doc?
I'm doing good. I'm here working for another doctor today. Fortunately, this is one of my favorite assignments because it's a fairly quiet place, and it actually allots me time to work on
Oh, that's awesome.
my own things. And so I was like, oh, I hope I don't get someone in, when we have our Whiteboard Wednesday. So, it worked out very, very well.
Well,
for
if
me.
they do walk in, just you can get rid of us. Just go do that. I just wanted to check in. I mean, I know we've got a couple of things to deal with. The questions that you
Right.
to me, so we'll take care of that. But other than that, how are you doing? I know you're dealing with some stuff that's going on around you, and is it family again?
And the hits just keep on coming.
Yeah.
But like I said, they say it comes in threes, so I'm
Yeah.
at 3, and actually I'm at 4, so I'm over my limit. So
Yeah.
Well,
I think you have all the tools necessary to go through it, but it's always got to be tough. And every single time you try to move forward, something brings you back and tries to keep you there. It's just one of those.
Tells you you're on the right track. It's like my experience in life has been that when I really start to take these quantum leaps forward, that's when I get all of the drag from all sorts of direction, and that always tells me, okay, you're on the right track.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, we're here, and I appreciate you staying in communication with me, or was it in the group? I can't remember, but staying in communication, letting me know what's going on, because it's always important for me to know what's going on, what's holding you back. And if there's anything, sometimes it's just life, and it's just, we got to deal with it and just move forward one step at a time. So I appreciate it, and watch out for a message from me today. We'll schedule some talk time. Okay,
sure.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Marit, can you speak? Hello?
Hello? Yes.
Oh my gosh, we
I
got
can
video
speak.
today. We got
Can
video
you see
today.
me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
This is so amazing. This is so amazing.
Yeah.
It's really great to see your video. First of all, before I dive into any questions from you, I really, and then for those of you, everybody, if you haven't watched Marit's video that she posted today, please go do that. Comment on it. You got to my heart within those 2 minutes. And
Wow.
I'm sharing with you, Marit, you want to continue to push yourself and keep doing this thing. This is becoming one of those things that actually, I don't want to share that with you right now. I want you to do 2 or 3 more before I share my next thing with you, because these are going to transform. Don't think that this is for nothing. This is building you up. It's building. It's like, when I started with in the gym about 2 years ago, I started off with, low weights. And, when my trainer was having me put these weights on my shoulder and had me do squats, it was so freaking odd. Like, I felt like I was lopsided on one side and I'm like going down. It's like, oh my gosh, my body parts are not moving properly. My joints are not there. But 2 years later, now I do those. I feel strong. I feel stable. I feel so much more powerful when I'm doing those squats. And it's the same thing with you doing these videos and you building your business and trying to figure out a way to help the women that you want to help. And it feels awkward at the beginning. It's like, it's like you're trying to do that squat and it's just like, oh, Roz, I don't know if I can do this. I'm like, okay, hang in there. You got this. It's just that. So, but what I want to share with you is that your 2 minutes of nuggets are so friggin' powerful. That and there's a kind of work that we're going to do to help you elaborate on that and make it more powerful and structured and all of that stuff. But I really appreciate you taking the time for doing it and to keeping consistent. I think you're approaching 2 months now of consistently doing a video a week. Have you ever done that in your life before?
No. I haven't.
That's
No.
Now, if we simply just turn that into your business content or your book content and all of that stuff, this is going to skyrocket you. And even we can see, and for those of you who've been watching her videos since the beginning, I mean, I can already see. I was noticing your video today. I'm like, she's actually smiling. He's smiling in the video, right? And those are good things. And I hope you see that as success for yourself. I want to make sure that I pause. You do. Good.
I do. And Rosa, I want to tell you that today I even did it without a script. And that
Wow.
never happened before.
Yeah. And this was
and that is, that is really something for me, because I always use the script when I did these videos, because I was afraid I would forget anything.
Yeah.
But today I thought, just forget about it, Marit. Do your talk without the script.
That's right.
And that's great.
It was absolutely brilliant. It's one of your most powerful videos. I kid you not.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
And I want you. And the other thing that video did for me, it gave me, if you had not done that video, it wouldn't have consumed me so much today. Because of your video, you reconfirmed a lot of my thoughts on here, right? And there's another sheet, and there's another sheet, and there are two sheets sitting over here. You reconfirmed a lot of my thoughts. When you talked about that you wanted to attend the live coaching session, but you went inside of a conversation that, you know what, I haven't done anything. I don't have any questions. What's the point of me going there? Those are the signs. And thank goodness, I mean, you guys are the pioneers, and I have that connection with you. Those are the signs that if I continue to operate the way I'm operating, when I have 200 people or 300 people in here, I'm going to lose a few of them, because they would be feeling the same thing that you're feeling. And if I cannot reach you, I won't be able to reach them, right? And reconfirm the direction that I'm going in. And I want you, and again, just like I was thanking Angel, I want to thank you as well for being patient and understand that it's not just you. It's not just you. There are others who are feeling this way as well. And for that reason, because you guys have ladies and gentlemen have given us feedback, I'm restructuring a lot of things in here so that you know exactly what you need to focus on. And when you do come to the live coaching or Q&A, you're not just coming there just to get your own question answered. You're coming there so that you can hear what kind of questions others are going through. You can hear the questions that others who are ahead of you, what are they feeling, so that you are proactive. You're there to support the people who are a little bit behind you, who haven't done anything yet. Maybe they want to do videos, but they haven't done it consistently for 2 months, right? So you're there for them. That's what those things are for as well. Okay. So thank you.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Well, listen, we're going to, there's a lot of good stuff coming, and I'm going to share that as we continue to grow. And I'm going to watch out for the Facebook group. All the communication is going to be in there. Based on your feedback, I've just started a Facebook Messenger group, and it's lit up. So it seems like it's a good thing with the conversation. All right. So that's good. Thank you, Marit. Do you have any questions for me or anything to say?
I have questions, but I think not at the moment.
Okay, no problem.
No.
You know where to ask questions. You can send it, you can send it inside of the Messenger group that we've created, Facebook group, or directly to me or Andrea. We'll be more than happy to help.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
awesome.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Awesome. Very good.
Yeah.
Stephen, my man, I can't leave you out. I want to say hello to you if you're around. He's probably having his dinner. All right, no problem. All right. Well, let's. This was a long one, but I hope this was good. I hope this gave you. Oh, there he is.
Sorry, Raza.
No problem, dude. How you doing, my man?
I'm well. Well, thank you very much. How are you?
Good. I'm doing great. How's the weather in Ireland?
As I look out, it's not too bad, actually.
Yeah. Well, I thought we were getting warmer weather, but it turned cold again.
Oh yeah, we had the same. Don't worry, it doesn't just happen to you.
Oh, okay. I'm not alone. That's awesome, my man. How's your teaching going and everything?
Oh, listen, it's just non-stop. I'd love to get out of it, but you gotta pay the bills and all that kind of stuff as well.
Absolutely, man. That's a
Along
priority.
with building a house, it's not fun.
I hear you. I hear you. Your family's good otherwise?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, listen, Andrea and we have been talking about you behind your back. I don't know if she told you, but I said to her to reach out to you
You did, and I
yeah,
explained my situation. Yeah, that my dad passed away. It's 9 years ago, his
yeah,
anniversary,
yeah.
and so we're currently building a house that was supposed to be ready last November, but
Oh,
I'm
so you're
really
literally building a house?
yeah. Well,
Oh,
no,
I
not
thought.
physically, but yeah, we have a builder in, and the
Yeah.
builder's just not playing the game. So I'm trying to keep him on the game. Let's put it that
Oh
way.
my gosh. Yeah, I know it can be a lot of work. Yeah,
Yep.
I hear you. It's all
But
good,
I
man.
really
It's all good.
appreciate you including me, and I will be back.
Always, man. Always. I want to make sure that, see, the thing is, there's a reason that I invited and connected with most of you. I mean, there are a lot of people out there that I know have traveled the world and, got a lot of people, but not everybody. I haven't just randomly invited people to be part of the Republic. You guys are special to me. You guys have had one way or the other had some sort of a relationship with me in the past. I want to make sure that I help you reach your goals and understand your goals, understand what is standing in your way. And I've made it my life's mission, at least for this phase of my life, to make sure whatever I need to do for myself to help you all, that's what I'm going to do. Whether I need to read a book, whether I need to invest into a program, whether I need to hire somebody to help me help you, I'm all in for that. That's what my mission is. I have sleepless nights over you guys. I wake up in the middle of the night, with ideas. I'm like, oh, I need to let Marit know this, or I need to let Nasira know this, right? And it's simply, and I hope I display the obsession that I have with all of you, so that you learn the kind of obsession you need to have with your customers as well, right? Because it's all about them and what works for them. Okay. Good stuff. Well, good to see you here, Stephen. Thanks for jumping on.
Cheers, fella.
All right, guys, ladies, and Stephen, have a great afternoon and evening, and we'll stay in communication. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for continuing to play the game, although you know what the price is to pay along the way, and being ready. Why? Not just to make money. Of course, we want to do that, but is because there are people who can benefit from our experience, from our expertise, from our stories, from all the things that we have garnered over life. They're not for anything else but to use that to serve others. So kudos to you all. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.